Welcome to the Rwandan Vigilante, where we cover the overlooked truths in post-genocide Rwanda. There are stories we are told, and then there are the stories we're not allowed to tell. In Rwanda, the world remembers the genocide against the Tutsi, and it should. It was one of the most horrific crimes of the 20th century. But memory is not neutral, and justice is not always complete. This channel, Rwandan Vigilante, exists to explore the silences, the erased names, the invisible graves, the questions that echo quietly but never die. This video is not about denying history, it's about completing it. Let's go. We know the story of those who were remembered, the victims of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. Their suffering was real, their deaths undeniable. But what about those who were erased? What about the victims no one wants to talk about? The Rwandan Patriotic Front, the RPF, is praised as the force that stopped the genocide. That truth cannot be denied. They brought an end to unimaginable horror. But in the shadows of their triumph, darker acts took place. As they advanced, there were reports, not rumors, of reprisal killings. Hutu civilians, entire villages, executed without trial, silenced before they could speak, buried without names. In the hills of Gikongoro, an old woman speaks in a whisper. Her two sons were taken by RPF soldiers in 1995. She never saw them again. No charges, no graves, just silence. In Congo, refugees remember Rwandan bombs falling on camps. They remember running, hiding, watching children die of starvation, disease, bullets, and no one listened because they were on the wrong side of history. Some of these people were guilty, but many were not, and guilt should be proven in court, not assumed in silence. One man, a former RPF insider, wrote, "We liberated a country, and then we filled it with fear." He lives in exile now. The memory of these people has no monument. Their grief has no platform. Their stories disappear not because they are untrue, but because they are inconvenient. Rwanda has come a long way. Roads have been paved, cities rebuilt, institutions restructured. But beneath the progress lies a silence, strategic, intentional, and enforced. In this silence, some voices are elevated, while others are erased. This selective memory has become part of the system, shaping what the world is allowed to hear and what it must ignore. Justice is not just about punishment, it's about acknowledgement, about naming, about facing the weight of all suffering, not only the parts that fit the national story. To speak of these things is not to betray Rwanda, it is to believe that the truth is strong enough to carry the full burden of our past. Because healing cannot happen when some wounds are treated and others are hidden. Reconciliation cannot be real if it demands forgetting instead of remembering. And peace that rests on silence is not peace, it is suppression. If this moved you, speak up, share this, comment, subscribe. Not for me, for the mothers still waiting, for the graves with no names, for the questions still whispered, still feared. This is Rwandan Vigilante, and this is just the beginning.